All right, we are knocking these down. We have two more, okay? Two more things to healing your relationship with food. And this one comes in sort of like two parts, and this is raw. So, our relationship to food invites us and asks us to be raw in two ways. One, we will talk about first is eating more raw food. And we talked about this in the last video when we talked about trust. We talked about how it's important to be eating real, whole foods, right? So that is encompassed in this sort of raw. This is going to be what fills our body up with all these good nutrients. And so when our body is filled with nutrients, it has the building blocks to build a healthy body and to regulate our hormones and to keep our weight in balance and all this stuff. So eating real food is key to having a good relationship with food, because real food is what's going to be benefiting our body and what's going to be building a strong, healthy body that we want to have a relationship with. Eating more raw food, I'm not just talking about like uncooked food, which is great and we should be eating more fresh food, but I'm also just talking about like unprocessed food, right? So let's steam our broccoli, let's eat brown rice, let's do all that. That's what I mean by like raw food, just real food. Okay? So the next place that we need to be developing more rawness in our relationship to food is in our emotions and our energy towards food. A lot of the times we stuff down all of our emotions, we eat out of anxiety, we eat out of stress and all of that. So this sort of key tip, being more raw and open, is really important in having a good, healthy relationship, is recognizing that like, hey, I'm going to food right now because I'm stressed. I'm going to food right now because I feel lonely. And it's so important to start diving into those things and being more raw and open and vulnerable with ourselves with like, this is what I'm dealing with right now, and this is why food is a struggle and all of that. As we open up and we stop holding that in us, we just allow that stuff to get out of our body and to release and allow us to relax more around food. And we see this in, our relationships with friends and stuff. It's like you'll know someone, and it's not until you have that like raw, vulnerable, open moment with someone where you start talking about like your childhood or something. That's when you start like clicking, and it's like, oh yes, we're good friends now. So if you want to be good friends with food, be more raw and open and vulnerable towards it, okay? Don't fear all these emotions. Let them come out. They're so needed. You want to go slowly through this, but really just looking at it and being like, hey, this is what my relationship to you is right now. I go to food to fill my void of loneliness. Speak that out loud. Write it down. Let it be known. Be open about it. And that way you can bring your attention to it and your awareness, and you can start healing it, okay? So it's not about having a perfect relationship to food or perfect relationship to our body. It's about being raw and vulnerable and open so that we can continually improve. Because here's the thing, we're never going to have a perfect relationship. There's always going to be things, even me, I still have times where I overeat. I still have times, where I struggle with digestion and all of that. But I'm continuing to grow and progress and to improve in the relationship every single day. So be more raw and open, and you will find that healing that comes with that. Okay, guys, there is one more. We're going through these so fast, I know. But make sure you're downloading that guide and you're going through it step by step. There's a lot of more good stuff in the guide, so I will link it down below in the description. Make sure you go check it out. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video.